Yeah, welcome to the dojo, baby, man. Have no fear, TyKwonDoe is here, bro. Listen, you about to get the most upgrades to your game you ever got in this amount of time of a video. You about to learn how to seduce a girl, how to dominate or be dominant, how to be assertive, smooth, control the conversation, turn her on, and do all this without complimenting her, and do all this without even you're not even trying, really. You just flowing naturally, just laid back, cool. And how am I gonna do this today? Well, I'm gonna break down yours truly, TyKwonDoe himself. I'm putting myself out there for this video. I'm showing y'all what I do and how it works and how I break it down. Now, if you wondering why can you do this, why you think you so smooth, let's look at Primetime's reaction to seeing me talk to her. The same thing, because listen, guys are coming, yo, do the 360, do the spin. If I want to see your body, I can just tell you to slide. But I want to know what's going on. 360? Yeah, go ahead.
Bro, the bitch offered herself. Do you want me to do it? At this point, she's sucking dick. Game's over. For whoever else was competing in this. Oh my God, bro. The hoe just sucked a dick. You whine that shit, bro.
I want to know what's going on.
Her eyebrows got hot as hell when the nigga said, yeah, them other niggas do all that, bro. If I want to see that shit, I can tell you to slide. The whole cheesing right now. Come on, man. Come on now. That's crazy. Come on now. Vouching. Do you want me to? Bro, she surrendered. She did the submissive shit on the chat. Do you want me? Nigga, she might as well said, sir, your highness. Your highness. Do you want me to do the 360, your highness? Oh my God. Oh, call me your highness, man.
Address me as sire.
Oh my, she wanna get cranked, geek. I'm telling you.
Notice how it takes a pimp to recognize a pimp. You don't know who Primetime is, you better go find out, man. You better go check out his smooth videos. He be hanging with Miami the Kid. They be doing all them IRL parties, getting lit and shit. See, another man with experience is gonna recognize certain things. You see what I'm saying? And this in the chat, this is not even a brag. It's not like I'm flexing against y'all, because y'all already know how I get. I do anything for the dojo, the mafia, the family. This for y'all at the end of the day. All these breakdowns is to help you get your game better. So with that being said, seeing Prom had the same reaction and seeing Prom peep, that's how you know game recognize game, bro. That's how you know that when you understand what's understood don't need to be explained, bro. But I'm gonna explain it for those who don't, so everybody eats, so everybody can sauce her up. You know what I'm saying? Give her the sauce to make her take her drawers off. You know what I'm saying? So everybody gonna be smooth, everybody gonna be better, and the dojo gonna be up. We're gonna be lit. So let's start with this. Let me explain it from the breakdown basis. What you are watching is, it's like some like E-Date kind of thing. Now mind you, I lost, if you go watch the other one too, I lose most of my E-Dates. I don't even be winning these joints. But I always, when it comes to the one-on-one conversation, when it comes to me and her locked in, I got the highest rating. I get a reaction out of the woman that no other guy has gotten. I control the conversation like no other. I'm assertive and smooth like no other. Nobody even come up there and compete with me at all. And you might ask, why haven't you won an E-Date? Well, the E-Dates is based on different shit. Like, it's once you get on there, after you get out of that conversation where your game really come out, where you talking one-on-one, it'll be like she'll ask questions round by round, and it might be random ass questions. It's like, what? Like one of the questions was, what celebrity would you have a threesome with? Like, that's not going to be able to tell you whether a guy has game over this guy, and like they're just going to tell her an answer that she wants to hear. But besides that, we don't care about no E-Date, no internet shit, bro. I'm trying to show y'all what's applicable to real life, what will help you getting your girl and help you talking to your girl and saucing her up and shit like that. And let's look at these examples, how I talk to these women and how I deal with them when it's just me and them, and when I'm talking to them one-on-one. Because that's more realistic than the actual E-Date itself and the questions and all that bullcrap. It's when we have these conversations and when we lock in. Now you can watch the full 2 videos. It's my 2 recent ones. The one with Melly Monaco and her bringing me on her dating show, and then it's this one, which came like 2 videos before this, I believe. But let me break this down from my perspective. Number one, one of the most important things going into all these conversations, bro, your tone of voice. Automatically, this can do a lot for you. Number one, it can disengage her guard. Because imagine I came in just like this. Hey, how you doing, buddy? You know, I'm talking too fast. I'm like, I give her this feeling that I'm overwhelming her. But if my tone of voice is set up a certain kind of way, rather than her feeling overwhelmed, she feels welcomed, she feels interested, and she feels intrigued. You see what I'm saying? Because watch how when you watch the rest of the E-Date, right? All these guys start yelling over each other. Guys start throwing other men under the bus. It gets real corny and real slimy, right? But when you see me talking to her, right? And you see me talk to any of these women I've ever talked to in any of my videos, all you see is that when I hit them with that tone of voice, or it's the slight little smile when I'm saying certain things, and the vibe is there, that tone of voice is set up that certain kind of way. Because if you want to get somebody's attention, bro, if you want them to be invested in your conversation, don't talk loud, don't yell. You don't yell to be heard. You talk lower. You make them listen. You bring them in. Because it's almost like you're whispering. It's almost like you're telling some kind of secret detail. It makes them go, you know, it brings them in. It's like, what does he have to say? But like, it just seems like a secret. I'm telling you, you might be like, well, and honestly, it's the most realistic to, let's say you and this girl by yourselves and you about to take her to Dooney Land, one-way trip in the Dooney van, about to send her straight to the gulag. That's the kind of way you want to talk to her. And this is why I tell y'all in my other breakdowns about, you know, being seductive and smooth and shit like that, where I tell y'all that tone of voice, it really is a good tone of voice to have, that low, cool, calm, and collectedness, because it's the type of tone that could go either way. We could have a good conversation. It could be serious. We could talk about life and all this mature things, or it could switch to a seductive one, a sexual one, or it could just be turned into something funny. But from this tone of voice, it has the ability to go any which way. If I'm too happy, too excited, it might be hard to transition and bring it back into a sexual vibe. Or if I'm too bored and too dry, it'll be hard to be seductive. So, you know, you just want to be cool, calm, and collected, interesting, and yet controlled. You want to show that control that you have over yourself. The next important thing I would say from all these videos and all these breakdowns is that you have to notice my way of being assertive, right? And then guys have different ways of being. There's different types of assertiveness, right? And you have to know when to apply them. Now, there's the type of assertiveness. Let's say she's over your crib and she's giving you like a little attitude. Put her in her place. No, fix your attitude. And I'm about to dick you down. Like, whatever you say or however you say it, you have that type of assertiveness where you setting her straight. You putting her in her place. You putting your foot down as a man. And then you have this kind of assertiveness. Now, you could use both and all of them. Just don't limit yourself to one. But like I said, you just have to know what situation is the best to use it. And if you look at all my conversations with these girls on these E-Dates, even when I went on Melly Monaco's show, when the first time I talking to her, shout out to Melly, we cool, we got good vibes, man. Shout out to her. You see me go on her show, I overpowered the show. I controlled the whole conversation without raising my voice, without yelling, without cutting her off, without being aggressive. And guess what? Especially if you watch that Melly Monaco one, when I went to talk, it went from why are you controlling the show? Why are you cutting to her asking me questions that are outside of the topic, to me asking her questions and her answering the questions and me controlling the whole conversation. Same thing with this whole E-Date platform and format. It's meant for the guy to come up there and compete with 9 other men. And then after that, well, forget that part. But like I said, you're meant to come up here and compete with 9 other men. The way this whole conversation went, I took it from me competing with other men to me talking to a girl one-on-one. Right here, she forgot about the other men. She forgot that there was even competition. She just thought that she was on a call talking to TyKwonDoe. Same thing with Melly. Like It's partially like during the conversation, if she's so engaged and locked in, they will forget where they're at. They will forget what the whole, they so engaged and they so locked in with the convo that they want to talk to you and they just so focused on the topic. How do you do this? Well, watch me do it. Watch. I'm doing it in a manner, well, what I can give you for all the situations that help me handle them differently, and even the different situations that help me handle them consistently, is, like I said, that tone of voice, which diffuses all the aggressiveness from her, because I'm talking to her low and calm. I set the tone, I set the energy. We down here, our level, we keeping it down here. We not talking to each other on a level 10. We not yelling at each other. We not arguing with each other. I diffuse it. I bring it down here. This is where we're talking to each other at. Calm your ass down. This is how I'm going to talk to people. I don't yell at people. I don't fight for a mic. I don't argue. No, we talk down here. If you want it to be something else, cool. I'm not going to be there. I'm going. So you set that. You assert the energy. You assert the level that y'all talking at, right? And then the second part is you need to know that you have seductiveness, and I say seductiveness and charisma are cousins, right? But apart under that umbrella of topics, you have coercion, you have persuasion. This video gonna be like a whole fucking breakdown analysis. But listen, persuasion and coercion are like within the same domain, but they're two total opposite things. And just so I can show you, I'm about to look up the definition in a second, but I'm gonna show y'all. Coercion is when you force somebody to do something. Persuasion is when you sort of like make them want to do it. So both are two ways to get somebody to do something, but the difference is coercion is forced. It's aggressive. It's forced, and it's like they don't want to do it, and you made them do it. You might have like there's some corny blackmail, or you coerced them to do it. It's forced. They didn't want to do it. It's a bad thing in that way. And then I would consider that under the umbrella of you begged her to fuck 50 times and then she finally said yes. Same thing with persuasion. Let's go to persuasion. You never want to coerce somebody into doing something. You want to persuade them, right? So I might have came on the Melly Monaco show. I might have came into this conversation, or I might have went to the last show, and they might have wanted me to talk about a certain thing. They might have wanted me to run. They might have wanted the show to be ran a certain way. But I persuaded all three of them, or multiple of the conversations, even going back to Yubo, bro. Or even going back to Yubo. I persuaded the conversation in my direction, under my control. Why? That tone of voice. I let them know I had something important to talk about. Boom. I jump in. I'm asking questions that are relevant. Number 3, I'm leading. I'm not hesitating. In none of these conversations, in any of these videos, do you see me hesitate, stutter, pause, and freeze? No, I lead. I don't wait. When you lead, there's something for people to get behind. You can't think you want to be assertive and be a leader and you're not leading. Lead. Take the wheel. Right? So the way I do it, it makes them want to get behind it, because bosses push, leaders pull. So I don't push them, oh, let me do, everybody do this. I'm not controlling them. I'm not being forceful. I'm pulling them. I'm persuading them. I'm leading by an example. Let's talk about this. Well, what's this? You see the questions I asked in some of these shows. You see how I answer their questions. You see how I control the conversation without raising my voice, without forcing it, without trying to be super aggressive and loud and trying too hard. I'm in my same position. I might be leaned up like this. I might be laid back. I might be sitting there smiling and low tone. Watch. But from me explaining it to y'all in the best way that I can, I'm telling y'all, this is it. That's how it's done. So don't stop thinking this way of aggressiveness or assertiveness is just in your head. You gotta come off as super strong and dominant. No. Be a silent assassin. Be a player. Be smooth. Make her want to do it. That's the difference between coercion and persuasion. When you persuade somebody to do something, you make them want to do it. I said want to like 3 times. You make them want to do it. Convince them. How? What do I say? You don't say nothing. You show them. You lead by example. What you still confused? Like, wait, what is he talking about? Watch me do it. Watch it 3 times if you have to. Watch it in half speed. Cause I can sit here and break down all these things in this video, but when y'all watch me talk to women, that's where it really comes out. That's where I really get tested. Is this dude really what he says he about? Watch me talk to the women. Just look, bro. And then that's when you can say, all right, I really don't understand this. And then you can watch my other videos, or you can subscribe to my Patreon. I got all different types of shit on Patreon. You might get the benefit of being on a call with me. You get the chance to DM me and ask me multiple questions. And you get exclusive content. I done upload all this other different content on Patreon. My most recent upload to Patreon was how to deal with the shy girl. You see what I'm saying? Like, it's stuff that I put on Patreon that YouTube never sees. That's how I keep Patreon exclusives Patreon benefits exclusive. So make sure y'all tapped in with the dojo. Make sure y'all really getting y'all game. Oh yeah, it's a whole nother Yubo video that never made it to YouTube. Of me talking to a girl that never got uploaded to YouTube. All this stuff is on Patreon. Make sure you tapped in, gang. Make sure you tuned in. Get with the program, baby. Dojo to the moon to Saturn, and we leaving the solar system. The limps won't even know we exist.